Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99, the Happy Gamer, and today as you can see we've got a new game, House Flipper. I was sent this game via Steam from one of my friends at Christmas, and I've been playing it a lot over Christmas, so I thought that I'd bring it to the channel. This game was originally launched in May 2018 by a Polish indie developer called Empyrion, and on Steam it became one of their best sellers of 2018. This kind of came out of nowhere as people weren't expecting it to be such a popular game, but I guess people love the idea of cleaning, decorating and selling houses. When you first log into the game, you get a summary of whatever the latest updates for the game have been, so you can see if anything's changed. And on the main screen here, you've got all the normal settings and adjustable things to change around if you need to. In settings, if we look at general, there are a couple of things you want to make sure you've got the right settings for. So the language that you want to be speaking in, of course, the currency that you want to play the game in, so you can change it to your local currency so it just feels a little bit more intuitive and normal for you. And if you look a little bit further down here, you've got display broken glass instead of cockroaches. Ooh, I recommend that you click this one if, like me, you really don't want to see cockroaches running around the dirty houses. Oh, definitely prefer the broken glass to cockroaches running around. Eek. And you've also got a chance here to turn off the day and night mode. I've disabled it because, to be honest, when you're in the middle of decorating and painting and cleaning and it suddenly goes dark, it's a little bit of a pain to go around and turn on the lights on. Also, when you're in dark mode, sometimes the colours and things just don't look quite the same, so I've turned this off so that it remains daylight all the time, so that everything is perfect in my little perfect world. So let's go into the game. When you first start the game, you put in this little tiny house that kind of looks a bit from the outside like a little shed. It's basically a little studio apartment, and it's basically your starter office. Now as you go through the game, you can purchase other houses, and as you can see, I've moved into a much bigger abode from the very tiny basic house that you start with. Hello neighbourhood! If you look, the trees and the movement I think is really cool. And they're wafting away in the wind, though they're not all quite wafting in the same direction, but I think the graphics are really good. And if you look down the street, you'll find you've got little decorations and things. So we've got a car here, we've got a few bins here, and the houses, look, this one's got two big dormer window things at the top. This one's a one-storey house. That's another two-storey, but it's a different design to the first one. See, all the houses along your street, they're not just uniform, the whole neighbourhood has been put together so it looks different. And do you know what, you might not even have looked at the street because you're more concerned with the place that you've got. E is the button that you use to access most things as you're actionable. And here's my little office in my new house. I'm quite proud of the way that this has turned out personally. As you can see, I've got some of the Christmas decorations in at the moment because we're in the Christmas time period. If you start to play the game later, of course the Christmas decorations won't be available to you, but they'll be back next Christmas. The most important interface inside the game is going to be your laptop, which will always exist in your office, which is the building that you're currently living in. Make sure you've got a nice little home that's easily accessible for your laptop because you're going to be wanting to use this all the time. If we use the E again to access our computer, you can see we've got sleep, so we can come out of the computer, and then we've got a browser and a mail. When you first start the game, your account balance will be somewhere in the region of about £8,000 if you're using UK pounds. Not sure what that converts to exactly in the game for other currencies. And the money that you've got when you first start the game, you'll find isn't going to be enough to purchase you a house. If you click the browser, you can see all the houses that are available for purchase. Here you see we've got 24 different houses that can be purchased inside the game. It also keeps a track of how many you own, so I only own one because this is the house that I'm living in, and I've sold all the others. And as you can see, I've sold 23, so I have actually gone through and done all of the houses quickly over Christmas, and I had an awful lot of fun doing it, so I'd like to do that again with you. The first house you can see here is your starter house, that, as I said, looks a bit like a shed. This is the one that you'll start with the first time you play the game through. And when you first start the game, as you can see, even this one's like 20,000, so that's going to be more than double the amount of money that you start with. Let's have a quick flip through the houses. You see, you start with smaller houses, and as you scroll further down, they'll get bigger and bigger. Lots of one-storey houses to begin with, and then you start moving into two-storey houses. Some of them have got basements, and then two-storey above-ground houses, all the way down to the final house, which is £300,000. And this house is based on the Home Alone house from the movie and was added just before Christmas for the special Christmas house. Your tutorials inside the game and the way that you start to gain money in order to be able to do the first house as a purchase is available through the mail. In your inbox, you'll pop up 2 quests to do at the very beginning, and as you start to complete them, it'll start sending you more and more emails. These emails are ways to get little jobs to do for other people, and each of them will pay you money, and you keep doing these until you've got enough money to go out and start flipping your own houses. The first couple of these emails are basically your tutorial level that teaches you how to clean, how to paint, how to knock walls down, how to do all the things that you'll need to do when you're flipping houses. That's more than enough chatting with nothing to see. Let's... Ooh. Where did that go? Into a house? That's crazy. Let's go and buy a house, and let's go and do it instead of... Ooh, why did it pick up the pink house? We didn't want the pink house. We want the basic starter house that you'll start with as your first office, don't we? So this is where you'll start on the game. See what I mean by it looking a bit like a garden shed from the outside? This will knock you back £20,000 for a shed. It's a very, very tiny place. Look, tiny, 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 tiny. It's got quite a lot of space though on the outside, but at the moment we can't do anything with the outside, so let's just look what we've got. A simple and not so big house located in a nice neighbourhood. There's one living room and a separate bathroom. Now let's have a look at the pictures that it's got for us. So this is the back. See, it really looks like a little shed. Oh, look how bad that is. That bathroom is tiny and very, very dirty. And that is the living room, which again is very dirty, but it's not too bad a size for a little studio flat. But oh gosh, does that place need cleaning up. Let's buy it and let's go and deal with it, shall we? You bought a new house. Do you want to go there right now? If you prefer to stay in your office, you can always go to the new house using the gate. Let's just go straight to the house. And here we can see the house that we're loading into. I really don't like this brown wood plank on the outside. It just looks very drab and very garden sheddy. So let's have a quick tour around the house. Look how dirty it is. Look at the state of that roof. Gosh, look at that. Ick. Ick. Do you know what? It's really satisfying to take away the ick. So let's have a quick look at the street. Hey, that street looks familiar. Oh, maybe it's not. Look, see? So that house looks like the house in the same location from the street that we live in. But the car's turned round. And that house, on our street, there was a house that looked like that over here. And the house that was here on our street was a single story. So as you move around from the different houses, the streets are not the same. They are different. Now, as I said, this is something that you probably wouldn't necessarily notice because we're interested in this. So this, as scenery, you might not even notice, but look, the streets are actually different. I think it's time to do some cleaning. So if you use your mouse buttons, you can then look at all the things that you can do. So we can move objects with our hands, we can clean with a mop, we can paint with a brush, we can sell objects with a little cell gun, we can build walls, we can build lintels. Now if you don't know, lintels are these bits above doors so that you can actually fit doors in, so they're like quarter walls. We can do demolition and we can do tiling. I think the very first thing we really need to do is do some cleaning, because this, let's be honest, this is icky. So you get out your cleaning tool and you start cleaning. Now, where's all the dirt? So let's look. See, there's dirt down there. Let's clean. Look at the state of these window frames. Just look at the dirt there. Let's get rid of that. All the way around. Look at the state of this. Look at the dirt. Ew. Do you know what? If the people that were selling this place had just cleaned up a bit, they'd have got a bit more money for it. Though, to be honest, I think £20,000 for a tiny shed that's in this state is a little outrageous. But then that would depend where you live, wouldn't it? Because there are different places that cost tons of money for the tiniest little shoebox of a house. It's all about location, location, location. Now, where have we heard that before? Don't forget to look at the bottoms of walls as well as the tops of walls, because the dirt is everywhere. Now, as you go around cleaning and cleaning and cleaning, you actually get points, which you can then utilise to speed up your cleaning process. We have a tablet of ourselves that we can use on the go. On the PC, you bring it up by using the escape button, and it gives you a whole menu of things that you can do. So in the house category here, you've got all the different things that you can purchase. So you can get wall coverings, you can get paints and tiles and plaster and things. You can buy furniture. Fixtures, fittings, whatever you want. We've got the specials here, look, the Christmas. But if you look at the bottom here, the store is all the items that you can purchase to put inside your house. You've got a buyers tab, so you can look at the potential buyers for your property. You'll see the buyers on this side of the screen, so you can look at the pictures of the buyers and you can see which person are they and what do they want. So let's have a look. Say if we click on Raphael Urco, what does he want? He likes space on bookshelves for his magazine collection. A bathroom, okay, he wants more than one bathroom, see? He likes private space for himself. He likes a TV in the bedroom, see? He likes lots of bedrooms because he's a popular guy. So you can get little clues as the game progresses. You'll get more and more of these clues. As the people speak during the game, these clues will be collected into your buyers tab, so you'll get to know more and more about the people. So say you specifically wanted to sell to Raphael, you could look what he likes and tailor your house to him. But the points, this is what I was talking about. As you go through the game, you get points. So here you go, upgrades available. When you gain a point, you'll show it here, and you can add it to get perks through the game. So cleaning here, see, as you clean up, you can get penetrating vision, allows you to see the dirt in the mini-map. This is really helpful because you don't have to then go running around the house looking for the dirt. The mini-map will actually tell you where the dirt is, and I found that really, really useful to find things. You can also get long range, so you get upgrades for your mop and your trash disposition and stuff. Excuse me, I'm afraid I've got a cold and it's giving me a little bit of a croaky throat, so please forgive me if I start to croak a little bit. And you can also upgrade to get faster cleaning. So when you get points, the game will announce that you've got points, so don't forget to pop into your screen here and upgrade them all. So let's get along with the cleaning. I think we've had a quick clean outside, so let's risk looking inside. The pictures were not very hopeful, were they? So this is the place you will turn up at the very beginning of the game. And I'm just tempted to sell everything, but I really should show it to you first. Welcome. Oh, welcome to my new home. And would you like to sleep in that bed? No, I wouldn't. And you do have some of the tools of the trade. Look here, we've got yes, I don't think having the tools on and around your desk is a great place for your working, right? And that is a very sad and sorry little kitchen. Look at that. Oh dear. And let's take a look at that bathroom. It looked bad. It is bad. It is very bad. Very, very bad. Right, so guys, look at the state of that. Yeah. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to sell everything because it's icky. Can we sell the posters? Yes, we can. Yes, we don't want a girly poster on the wall. Thank you. Let's sell everything. And then we'll clean, and then we'll see what shall we do with this place? It's a tiny little spot. We need to turn this horrible little icky place into a nice cozy little home for a studio home, don't we? There we go. And you can see the buyers are all screaming at me, why is there no bathroom? No pictures? You worried about no pictures? Have you seen the state of this place? Really, you should not be worried about no pictures. Have you seen the amount of dirt in here? Clean, clean, clean. Do you know what? There's a certain amount of satisfaction in seeing the state of this place and then actually cleaning it up. There is no way these tiles are coming clean. Look at that. There's no way that is coming clean. Look, my mini map says it's clean. There is no way that is clean, my friend. That is not clean. Do you know what? That door is horrible. It's going. So is that one. Right. Are you really telling me this place is clean? Oh, golly, look, it doesn't look clean. Right, I don't like these lights either. Let's get rid. Right then. So, we now have a blank canvas. Look at that. It's completely blank canvas. Right, so we need to start tidying up and cleaning up. So what shall we do first? Shall we paint? What shall we paint? What colour shall we paint our living room? Shall we make it a nice pale colour? Shall we make it beautifully? Oh, do you know what? I think we might try a pale chocolatey colour. I think that sounds kind of nice. So let's get our paintbrush and start painting. What do you think of that? Oh, I quite like that. Let's try that. Now, should we do all of it the same colour? Or should we try and make it a couple of colours? You know, it's such a small place, I think I might just do it all the same. Don't forget the interior of the window frames, because that doesn't look terribly nice. So if you didn't paint that bit there, it would just not look very good, would it? This is nicely satisfying. Look at the difference for that to that. It makes a huge difference. Just a little lick of paint makes a huge, huge difference to what you've got, doesn't it? Let's keep going. Beautiful. It's actually a rather nice shade. A very, very pale mocha caramel chocolatey colour, isn't it? Beautiful. I think that's kind of beautiful. Let's paint across this wall over here. I think the big draw for this game for me, and I'm sure this is probably something that most people feel, is this great satisfaction for completing something. And I think looking at the absolutely horrendous way this place looked before we started, you can make a huge difference just by cleaning and starting to paint. It changes the entire character of the place and makes everything so much different. It gives you a feeling of satisfaction that you've accomplished something and completed it. And I think that might be one of the real draws for games like this. You have a huge impact on what's going on. And it's quite relaxing, and it's totally non-threatening, and it's just plain unwinding, relaxing fun. And engages you and just draws you in and makes you start thinking about how creative you can be and how pretty you can make it. And in real life, let's be honest, most of us are never going to have enough money to make the most beautiful, perfect homes. We might have the dreams and the aspirations to do it, but it costs so much money to do something like that that very few of us are ever going to have the chance to do that. So being able to do it in a game gives us the sort of illusion and satisfaction that of making something so beautiful from something that was so bad. And I think it just is so much enjoyable. It's just so much enjoyment factor to be had by doing it. And there, look at the difference that has just made just by putting a bit of paint on the wall. I think it's beautiful. Right, so let's get, actually, no, let's not get rid of it just yet. Let's paint around the door frames. I don't think we actually need to paint the door frames because I think the doors will actually completely cover it. But where the front door is, we might actually see some of that, so I want to make sure that that's painted before we get rid of the, right, now let's get rid of the paint. Actually, I should have checked that I'd actually cleared all the window. Let's just check that we've done all the edges around the interiors of the windows, because that tends to be the one place that I miss, is the if I miss something, it's usually something to do with the window ledges. Right, so the next job is the little bathroom. We definitely want to keep a little bathroom. So let's think, what shall we do with that? Oh, do you know what we should do? We should check the floors. What shall we make the floors look like? Right, so we want flooring. Floor panels and coverings. Should we stay with the colour that we've got in the main living room? Floor dark, floor brown, floor panel. How does this floor look? Actually, do you know what? This floor looks okay to me. Ooh, that little bit there looks a little strange, doesn't it? Right where the door is. Is this one? That looks a little odd there, right where the door was. Yes, that looks better. How does that look? Shall we change this? Is this the same flooring? No, it's not quite the same flooring. Let's change it. Oops. Let's change the whole flooring. It's going to be a slightly paler colour, I think, which I think might be slightly more in keeping with the... do you know, that's really easy to do. I wish flooring in real life was that simple to do, don't you? If you were trying to really change that whole flooring with wood panel in real life, it would take days. Well, it probably wouldn't take professional days, but it would certainly take them all day to do the flooring. But gosh, that was so fast. Right, like floor tiles. We want something for the bathroom. Now, what are we going to do with the bathroom? Do we make it a completely different colour? And what sort of colour do we want to make it? Let's see, what tiles have we got? Let's think. What shall we do with the bathroom? Do you know what? I'm going to put brown on the floor. So you just click the corner and drag across to put the flooring in. And look how easy that was. I wish real tiling was that simple. I quite like that, actually. So for the walls, we're going to need walls now. So house, walls, wall tiles. So I've just done that in brown. Oh, look, that brown there, that looks like old school. That reminds me of old school bathrooms, so I don't think we're going to be using that one. But we want something sort of ceramic tiles, 2 shades of cream. That's a classic tile, isn't it? And maybe that one. Maybe that one. 3D brown. Ooh, sepia tiles. Ooh, which one? The sepia or the old style bathroom? Let's have the old style bathroom tiles. So that puts us a stack on the floor. Yes, I think that might work. Then we want to pick the tiling and panelling tool, click on the stack, and then click on the wall. And again, that's so much easier than tiling in real life. I've done tiling in real life, and let me tell you, if it was as easy to do as this, people would tile more. actually doing real tiling in real life is really difficult, especially when you have to cut the tiles to the right size, because it's so easy to smash tiles and so hard to actually cut them correctly without breaking them, even when you've got the right tools for the job. And if you haven't got the right tools for the job, don't try it. Tiling is difficult, and this in the game is not so difficult. Look, beautiful. Ooh, beautiful. Ooh. Okay, no more oohing, as I'll probably make you feel sick with the swinging backwards and forwards. But let's continue tiling. Whoosh. Whee! That is so much easier than in real life. Yay! It's starting to look good. We need more tiles. More tiles. Tiling. Pick a row up. Pop it on the wall. Pick a row up. Pop it on the wall. Now that is satisfying progress. I mean, look how much this place has changed in just such a short amount of time. Isn't that huge? Absolutely huge. And you know what? I failed to look at what time it was when I started to record this, so I have absolutely no idea how long we've been recording. I think what we'll do is we'll finish the tiling in this bathroom, and then I think we will come back and decorate it in the next episode. We need to make sure that we put it back in a bathroom, and we'll want a tiny kitchen. We're going to need more tiles. And we'll need a little bedroomy area. The main challenge with this one, of course, is because it's a tiny little studio flat basically. Even though it's a separate building all by itself, it is basically the size and shape of a tiny studio flat. So our big challenge is going to be making sure that we fit in everything that someone could desire to be able to live their life without making the whole place look so crazily cramped that they've got no space for anything. So we have to ask ourselves, do we want a desk? Or do we want just a little bedroom area and a little seating area? Let me know in the comments whether you like this game and what you think we should do with this. Should we have a desk for studying at? So we think maybe it would be a student that would live here, or do we think it would be a young professional single person, so they won't need a desk but they'll probably want a nice little seating area, and then we'll go from there. So there's our beautifully tiled new bathroom. Look at the difference to where we started. All clean and nice. And then in the next episode we'll give it all a nice big makeover and get it ready for a new tenant. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next episode. From SuffKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!